Hello there everyone, I am Mark 3 and welcome back to Mashinky. Series 2 because I still don't have a name for it. Oh well, Series 2 it is, I suppose. But yes, welcome back. Okay, general plan for this time is I want to get wood and coal tokens starting to flow. That kind of thing. But there is also the big limiting factor, which is money, dinero, filthy liqueur. So I've been looking around for like a good option to sort that out, and I've got one here using these 3 towns. Ideally, I'd actually have all towns hooked up, and that would be that. But 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll do. But we do need to work on it, just a little bit. Left side. Yep, just double checking which direction I wanted the trains to go. Let us begin with Middlesbrough. So, Middlesbrough, another British town. Okay, sure. And I'll build a loop in here. Like so. Because this is where things are going to connect. And I want to loop it from here as well, of course. So this needs some earth moving. Can't be helped, unfortunately. Okay, I need to drop that as well. And this will be the turning point for this particular town. Now, the thing is, Middlesbrough is in a bit of an awkward spot. Because Middlesbrough is actually considerably larger than Bath and Swansea, which are the 2 towns I'm thinking of hooking up to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hook it up to both of them. I mean, it sounds relatively simple, right? But yeah, I'm going to hook it up to both of them. Like so. I think that's enough of a gap. Yep, there we go. I'll put a depot here, and then this loop will allow the trains going to either side to gain access to where they need to go. And I just pressed the wrong button. Whoops. Right. I guess my ramble is going to be continuing on from last time, sadly, entirely due to timing, which is I'm feeling better, woo! I'm going to be posting more stuff, yay! And then I didn't post anything else really for the entire week. Oh, I'm out of money. Oh. Uh-oh. Yep. This is the problem. This is why I need money. Oh, geez. Okay. Demo. Demolish stuff, get a little bit of money back because, of course, the trains will stop running. And that's why we need money. Because literally those trains would have pretty much stopped entirely and not been earning me any more money if I hadn't sold some tracks just to get it sorted out. And that's why we need more of the stuff. It's very precarious right now. I guess precarious is like the channel as well. I mean, the content's not really been reliable for the best part of a month now, I think, at this point. But that's when I made the video last time. It's like I was just getting back into it. It's like, yeah, you know, I want to do that, and I feel like I'm ready to start putting videos back out. And then, unfortunately, I managed to get sidetracked again. And as a result, videos didn't come out. But right now I'm in the middle of a big recording binge, so to speak. So there is actually a lot of stuff being prepared ahead of time ready. So there should be a lot more stuff this week compared to last week. Yeah. Some new stuff, some old stuff, bit of mix, but it's what I need to, it's the rhythm I need to get back into, let's be honest, of like preparing ahead of time for a lot of the stuff, just because it's easy like that. But it's also been trying to rediscover the mindset of being in a good position to record, because recording has always been a hobby. I think that's one of the main, well, one of the quote-unquote good things about the channel, I suppose you could call it. which is this has always been a hobby thing, rather than like, ooh, let's go full bore, let's chase the latest, greatest, newest, shiniest things. And the result is what people in Discord have termed like this quote-unquote small community vibe. Like really small, because my channel is not popular in the slightest, but you know, that way. That way, yep. And that'll let things keep on moving. This is like increasing the capacity quite a bit, but that's okay. That'll be enough to get at least things rolling once I put station signals down on this side. So yeah, it's like a small community thing. The problem is that that community's been suffering quite a bit as well, because I've not been... Basically the channel's but not been running. For all intents and purposes. So 200, that's good. Bath, extend you in the waiting room. There we go, that increases the catchment area enough, so that's got that. And of course, this station needs that as well. There's a lot of people waiting because we are running at full speed, after all. So, yeah, like that. And let's get a train out and rolling, so we can get start to capitalise on that. Coach cars, our money is dangerously low. Let's assign it the orders, at the very least. There we go. And we just need to be able to afford the new cars, which is going to be depending on those other two trains. And this is why it's a really good idea to just try and get this stable ASAP. Honestly, I should have been doing this even before I was starting to get to mess around with lumber and logs and things, because the money I spent on that wood track, I could have spent on getting this running, and I'd have had a more stable source of income straight away. But I was a bit rusty, and I was also overestimating how much stuff I would get from the two trains I already had, because it's like mostly small and long distance too. So not too good, but this should help immensely, just having these sections plugged in. Let's see, you're going to earn me a good solid 66 already on your first trip. That's good. Oh, and apparently I messed up on the station design there. Whoops. Yeah, that station is one too short. Okay, let's really quickly correct that. Though there is something else I've remembered since last time, which I've not really done yet, which is I should go for a income multiplier, if possible, in the form of the cafe. But if I recall correctly, I need to use wood for that. Let's see. Freight station, restaurant. There we go, restaurant. Yeah, 250 and 100 wood, but 25% extra income. That would be very useful. Unfortunately, I can't afford it because I don't have the wood link sorted out. So, yeah, let's just focus on raw income at least for the moment. Anyway, let's ramble. From the depths, I honestly almost did a stream at the weekend. That's something else on the channel that's been missing even longer. That's streaming. I mean, I've still got archives of a lot of content. Okay, that'll work for that. And that will be starting to come up. Well, I say will be. How many times have I said will be? Quite a lot. Too much. I want to get that stuff sorted out. I mean, I think part of it's like hanging over me is one of the reasons I've been struggling a bit. It's like, you know what, I'll sort it out later, quote unquote, and then later never comes, you know? So it's kind of bad. But it needs to come out. I did have a comment a while back asking, are you going to do any more Avorion or something like that? There's been updates and stuff. Honestly, there's a lot of Avorion streams, there's a bunch of other streams as well that are just sitting in my channel in private mode, just like video archives. And I've got to get started on those, so there will be some big stuff starting to emerge this week. I really want to get that like out from over my head, because I'm not going to delete it. there were some good times in there. It may not be relevant to people, but it's kind of like how I did streaming with archives. Well, trying to do streaming like with archives. They just come out on the channel and they'd be like extra length videos kind of thing, records of the entire stream. But I think what broke the camel's back was that the last couple of streams, honestly, no one found them / watched them. So I'm a really boring bugger when it comes to a stream, I think. Or that's the impression I got and I've been stuck with. Let's be honest. But the other thing is, I was also trying to do this like, I was trying to separate across to Twitch, like as a source of income. And that would have been absolutely lovely. And it did work kind of for a little while. But one of the things about all of this is that I need to be like, if I can keep it simple, I think it's the KISS principle. Again, which is why it's such a good one. Keep it simple, stupid. But the KISS principle kind of applies to how my channel in general operates as well. It's like, keep it really simple. That's why I've experimented from time to time with like doing intros and end screens and links to other videos, and I never saw any kind of improvement from that. So that's why I kind of like do that. And then it's like when people sometimes come up and say, hey, you should have some kind of music, you know, just like, let's do an intro to come into your videos, or like something like that. And it's like, I've tried all that before. It's like even like 10 or 15 seconds, and then the feedback I'd get straight back from that is like, it's too long, make it shorter. And it's like, it's already really short. But even like 15 seconds, all I got really from it was like negative feedback every time. So why bother, you know? If it's not there in the first place, you get far less complaints about it. Here we go, new train going. 104. Okay. And that'll service those two stations admirably. Bath is absolutely squared away now. We've got two trains coming into Middlesbrough, which is the much larger one, so it's the source of a lot of the income. Swansea is further away and bigger, so I might need another train on this. Don't think so. So, yeah. That's why there's no intro, outro on the videos and stuff like that. Because it's a load of extra effort, and I do honestly fare a lot better with the channel if I can keep the maintenance somewhat low. I mean, even big channels like Yogscast and stuff like that, they've mostly done away with intros and things. And I watch Yogscast for some of their stuff. Markiplier's kind of stopped doing intro, outros, stuff like that. So, you know, it's a bit debatable about value, and it depends on the quote-unquote spirit of the channel involved as well. At least that's what I think. And my channel has always been like relatively simple, relatively straightforward. So I don't think I need those. I don't know how I got onto this track, but yeah. Okay, that's going good. I've got 1,000. Right, this track is definitely profitable. Let's see. You don't need another track now. How far am I into the video? About halfway through. Okay. So I guess it's finding a comfort zone, isn't it? More than anything else. Aberdeen's up there with a 7. That's really remote though. London and Sunderland are really bad. Ipswich is a good one. Plymouth is okay. So I think we've got another network thing here. Ipswich could serve as the centre, running to these 3 small towns. Only problem is I'm going to be sharing track from Ipswich to London and Sunderland because they're so close together. Potential problem, not really a major one. Okay, let's see. That, I mean, at most that just means I need to use the next stage of track design, which is like passing points and stuff. So, yeah, let's put this all into here. And as usual, I remember this from previous work on Mashinky, it's like, projects take longer than you think they will. But yeah, I guess like I should apologise for like the fact that really old stream VODs are going to be coming out, but as I said, I don't want to get rid of it. End of the day, I just don't want to. And that's why there's going to be like stuff coming out from before last Christmas, which is awful. It's actually really bad, and I'm genuinely sorry for that. But at the same time, I really can't see any way to avoid it, short of like scrapping the content entirely. And it's all because of like the extra maintenance of like switching over from YouTube and like couldn't be bothered. And it's like I've been grappling with this stuff for a very long time, honestly, which is why it's such an issue. Let's run 2 off of there. This will be our first point because we need some kind of break point just for the track. Admittedly, this is intended for one train, but it's going to grow, so might as well just have a break point there. We also want to get a break point in here as well, so let's actually split this up further. So let's pull like that, like the opposite way. And this one will be needed as a passing point, so like that. I mean, heck, Avorion ended on season 2, right? That's where it stopped because literally no one was watching for several streams in a row, even though it's like going out pretty regularly, like on a Monday. But I've still got like what's left of season 1, as well as the season 2 stuff in archive. That's how bad it got. So yeah, really old stuff. I don't know if it's going to be worth your time, but I will be releasing it at a fixed rate. I think like that's my quote-unquote plan once per week. No, not once per week. 1 a day. I'm not going to flood it all because that's even worse idea. No, I'm going to release it 1 a day. It won't be all Avorion because, as I said, I've got there's other old streams as well. But I think probably to resume any kind of streaming, what I think I should do is actually come back to YouTube, because Twitch was tempting, and at first it was really good when I was it was like really regular, but that was like when I was putting out mini videos on YouTube saying, hey, I'm going over on Twitch streaming this thingy, and so letting people on YouTube actually know. And that was one of the big problems I had with Twitch in the first place. It's like it felt like I'm straying away from where all of my content is. So it's really bad. Since I'm straying away from where all my content is, it's where all my videos are, it's where the community is, that what I've got left of a community at this point, I must be frank. Where all my video activity has been until now. Let's call it that. And then it's just like going off and going, hey, come over here and check this stuff out instead. I'll actually get paid for this, especially since YouTube saw fit to demonetize me for being too quote-unquote small. Which still really sucks. I can still truthfully say that YouTube was always in the red as far as being an actual hobby goes, because I never received anything like as much back from that I put into it. But in the entire time of my channel, honestly, there has been a little bit, which I was kind of surprised to uncover, but there has been a little bit of money, at least. And that's about £160 for the, like, 6 years my channel's been running. So, yeah. I actually discovered that, and I've withdrawn it as well. Like, I actually finished up my YouTube pay information and stuff, like, a month or so ago, because of my current situation. It's like, oh, I've got 150 odd quid I'm owed there. I need that. Take it out immediately. And it has eased strain on my life a little bit. I must admit. Even that quote-unquote little, some people To some people, that amount of money is paltry. I know. It's like, I mean, that's more than a week's wages for me at work. But it was still such an immensely helpful sum to get. I think I'm going to have to turn it around here. Yeah, I'm going to have to turn that. Okay, let's do that. But yeah, that's kind of, I think you can see, like, I really don't get much money. That's why I'm on an old gaming rig, and this entire faff with the government removing stuff that I'm supposed to get, because like this entire universal credit rollout. So, you know, a lot of stuff has been scuppered, and that's why it's been so stressful this last year that I've been fighting with the government, or trying to. It's like, fun times! No wonder I'm a little bit down about it all, you know? It's like, hell. I spent the entire time I've been diagnosed with this thing, and then in the transfer over to the new system that they're forcing on down everyone's throats, it's like, hey, you know what? This thing you have, this thing that people who are experienced with this thing you have all say that they can see that you've got it when they've been with you. Guess what? We don't think you have it. You're not going to get any help anymore. And it's like, hell with you. We're just going to dump you off the sleigh, and by the way, we're going to charge you more for a load of stuff as well, and you know, that's kind of how it's all gone. Money? I not got any money, really. And then in the middle of this fight, I also found out that some of they didn't actually update some of the stuff either, so I'm being charged extra on top of that as well, to claw back what they say I owe because of extra help that I shouldn't have been getting at all. Which is actually fair, but I honestly thought that they had been updated on that, so it's like another kick in the teeth. Whoops, hang on. No, you, no. Reverse, turn around. Stop. I forgot to put the signals on that. That's my bad, but I don't want this train going backwards, so off you go. So yeah, I think this is really like the first time I've come out to try and talk about it to anyone that's not directly involved. Because it really, really sucks to be in this situation. And that's why so often it feels like I'm getting by barely, and I have to justify to myself, should I actually buy a thing or not? Do I need food right now or not? Because I'm going to need the money that I would spend on food for something else. Because I've got all these bills and things due, and I need to have X amount at the end of the week just to go out. So it really sucks, and that's the situation I'm in. Seriously, wow. This just chilling with Mashinky just seems to do that, doesn't it? Because if I recall right, Metropolis project, I would whine about money as well there sometimes, like a few times if I recall, and it's still such a big thing. And okay, yeah, because of the distance I do need an extra train on this track. Okay, let's see, we've got passing point here, which is nowhere near the right position, so we actually need one around here. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just make sure it's long enough for it if I upgrade the stations later, which I will. Okay. So yeah, as an absolute minimum for passing points, you want to have it so that if you've got several trains running around, they can go here, there, and everywhere. I also need to increase the number of signals on this loop as well to fit more trains into it for if there's more stuff around. Okay. And I need to duplicate the train here because it's going to be needed. And since the passing point is halfway along, that means that they'll they'll automatically run like relatively even because that's where the passing point is as far as the track's concerned. But hey, another train means get more money out of it, so yeah, that's fine. Just keep on rolling. And I've got 5 minutes left to do stuff. I want to lift that terrain. There we go. More people. I think this town... Actually, I do capture all the stuff there, but a waiting room's probably a good idea anyway, so let's do that. Because there's a lot of people waiting there, that's why I put out another train. Though if I need a third train, that remains to be seen. I don't know. Anyway, let's actually do something useful here. Which is at least getting a lumber train rolling. Because I do need one of those. To the workshop over here. I should ideally take the long view for this. But let's put it down here. It drops there, so that's fine. Okay, that's actually not too bad. Though I'm going to need to, of course, get multiple trains on this, so I should probably rig this for like extra running, like ASAP. This is going to be a straight import station though. So let's turn it out this way. About like this, yeah. And I do apologise for like whining on about life sucks, boo-hoo, but it really does. It really does. And it's so annoying and I can't do a darn thing about it. This leads back to another one of my sayings, honestly. Sanity is overrated. I mean, look what this world is like with the sane people in charge. It is awful. It can be really, really awful sometimes. So bad. Let's get that. I need to get that up there. Which needs to be that one there. There we go. Right. Okay. Yeah, that's starting to take shape at least a little bit. Though this station is also not well designed. The problem is there's a massive mountain in the way of this station, honestly. So that's part of the problem with getting a redesign sorted out for it. Either I can flatten the mountain or I can redesign all of the tracks around this, because I need a way to turn the trains around. Honestly, the ideal route would be like to just do it like this with like a turning point. The only problem is that with that is it's all going to go uphill. And the hills are not even good for this either. Can I turn? I can. Yeah, let's send the train up the side of a mountain when I want it to turn around. That sounds very productive. Well, that's the best I can do. Without a lot more earth moving. Which I could actually maybe afford now. Gotta admit. But don't really want to. Guess that'll do. I'll have to flatten this out a little bit more too. Oh, jeez. Well, let's grab that. And that should be good enough for reconnects. There we go. Right. That connected. Got some problem hill terrain over there, but basically to get the trains turned around we're sending it up the side of a mountain, which sounds about as sensible as you'd expect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll be enough for the trains of the current length to actually turn around. Okay. And to be clear, it would be better if the train could well, actually the train's going to back up anyway, so I think we should have it... It'll be easier for it to get up there without the weight of the stuff, but if it would have momentum coming this way. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. So trains can at least get onto there. We're going to need like that. So that's going to be messed up, and then we'll need to sort that later. We also need a way over here for other stuff. I think I can raise that, can't I? Yes, I can. Can't do that because it's a bit lower, so connect there. And connect there, so this is also a very poor connection for the depot. It's going to cause problems, but it's necessary for trains to be able to get onto the right tracks if they're going in a given direction. Like so. That goes into there. And that is if you want to come this way. So that keeps this other track separated at least. There we go. Oh yeah, we've got the place points thing. Whoops. Okay, I guess I should do that. Let's see. Place points. Let's decrease it to a gap of 2. Because it's very convenient and good for high capacity lines, that. There we go. I honestly seriously forgot that was a thing. There we go. And that's all messed up. So, right. That should allow the trains to operate properly. Let's go. We are just passing the end time of the episode, but we can now get a lumber train rolling. Problem with this thing is it's going to be heavy. Yeah, as soon as I put that in, it's too heavy. It's only like 4. It's like 3 to 1. I could increase the size of this train, I suppose, if I get an extra engine in there. Yeah, this is my first time building a multi-head engine. Oh, that's an exact length 6. What is it? It is 2 engines to 5 carriages. Okay, that's less efficient than just having 2 separate trains. Yeah, okay, so, yeah, this is the first big difference we've seen of, like, all that stuff. Hang on, that's not right. Move the station. I actually want you to go to here. Actually, no, I should just to be safe, I should extend that slightly out the front, just to make sure there's absolutely enough room for it to turn around properly. So move that one. I want you to go to here. Then I want you to go to this station, then I want you to full load, and then I want you to go to here. And we're going to need multiple trains of this. But maybe with the bigger lumber engine we can stack at least another wagon onto it, you know? At least that's the theory. But there we go, we've got our first lumber train rolling. At least there's already lumber waiting at the station for it, so there is that. In fact, I think the station might be overclocked. Yeah, the station's already at max. So there goes the train. It's actually too short to even need that much, but it's still going. Comes in to load. 21 lumber. Okay, so we've got half of our objective, I suppose. Let's duplicate that train again. So this particular arrangement here can handle 2 trains safely. If I put in a 3rd train, this section actually becomes unsafe if the trains have to stop here, because one will be here, one will be in the turning point, and one will be here, and so that'll be completely stuck. But this section does need a bit of a redesign, and yeah, there's the train getting through there. Okay. Right. So okay, at least we're going to start getting lumber tokens. Oh. For a number of trains, it actually gave me some lumber. Also, time to progress. We gave some lumber there. Oh, we could have done this straight away. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, yeah, that's our first lumber delivery going. Also, we've got a deforestation event going on. Fine. We've got coal delivery quest. Fine. Delivery of timber is rolling. That's good. Where's the deforestation at? Portsmouth, Plymouth. We actually have a decent funding situation going on. So actually, there's a direct line from Plymouth to Aberdeen Toolworks. That's actually really viable, that. They also seem to have reduced the effect of deforestation, because previously it would be like equivalent to a maximum output, which is like 4 and 1, but it's 2.5 and 5, unless it's because it's only just started. No, I think the number updates immediately. But yeah, that's what we can do next time, take advantage of the deforestation, because otherwise it's like, you know, they're very unhappy with it, so might as well just do that and take advantage of all the free lumber it's going to be giving us. But we've got the funds to actually think about slapping down such a line now, which is actually pretty good. So, I'm going to call it there, though, because we have overrun somewhat. This episode is, as usual, like 35 minutes. So yeah, this has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. And sorry about the little rant there, but that is kind of what this series is about, isn't it? In parts. It's like chill out and sometimes I'll talk about stuff. But yeah, see you all later.